Have you ever felt like someone was way more into you than made sense and it started to feel less flattering and more uncomfortable? Like they were obsessed with you but not really seeing you. That might not be love, it might be limerence. Part 1, the emotional weight of being idealised. At first, it can feel exciting. They're intense, attentive, emotionally charged around you. But then something shifts. You start to feel pressure, like you have to live up to some perfect version of yourself that they've imagined. That's the first red flag. When someone sees you as ideal rather than real, you're not being loved for who you are. You're being worshipped for what you represent to them. Part 2 is the psychology behind it. Limerence is a psychological state and it's similar to addiction. It's when someone becomes emotionally dependent on another person as a source of their dopamine and fantasy fulfillment. They read into your every word, obsess over interactions, and they create this whole narrative in their mind, one that has very little to do with real intimacy or emotional safety. If you've felt overwhelmed by someone's attention, even when you've been kind or neutral, it's not your fault. It's just your presence has triggered something in them. Part 3, why it feels so unsettling. Here's why their limerence starts to feel so uncomfortable. You're not being related to, you're being consumed. You're no longer allowed to have flaws, boundaries, or distance because those things threaten the fantasy that they've built. Psychologically, that can make you feel emotionally invaded, like you've become a character in someone else's story. And if you're empathetic or you're used to caretaking, you might even feel guilty for not giving them what they want. But you don't owe anyone your emotional availability just because they're infatuated. Part 4, what can you do about it? If you suspect someone has limerence for you and it's making you uncomfortable, firstly, acknowledge the tension. You don't need to call limerence out loud, but internally, name it for what it is. That clarity gives you power. 2, set quiet but firm boundaries. So slow down the communication, be neutral, don't feed the fantasy, even if it feels a little mean. Kindness without clarity is confusion. 3, stay grounded in your own reality. You are not responsible for managing someone's inner world. You didn't cause their fixation and you're allowed to step back. Being the object of someone's limerence isn't a compliment, it's actually a burden because it's not really about you. It's about their unmet needs, their projections and their longing.